In lieu of a vlog video, I decided that I was gonna do a get to know me tag question video thing. Here we go. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Ganado, Arizona, on the Navajo Reservation. What is the earliest memory you have? Earliest memory I have, I was little. I was sitting on the floor behind the passenger seat of this blue and white blazer that my mom and dad used to have. I remember it was early in the morning, but the sun was coming up. The sun was already up, but it was still early in the morning. And my mom was telling my older sister to open the gate because where we live, there used to be a gate that my mom and dad put up to keep, you know, people out of the yard. I feel like that's my earliest memory. What could you have done to make today more productive? Nagged people more because right now I am in the transition of things, and for me to continue I need permissions, and right now I'm needing those permissions for me to go further. So I could have nagged people, but today was a holiday, so I didn't nag people. Would you rather have flying reindeer or unicorn? Unicorn, definitely. Do you need to be tucked into sleep, or can you fall asleep anyhow? I can fall asleep anyhow. If I'm tired, my face is washed, and my teeth are brushed, I can go to sleep anyhow. And don't forget my contacts. If you had to wear one item forever, what would it be? One item forever. Probably my blue hoodie that I always wear. It was my husband's, and I wear it during the winter. If you had to kiss, marry, and kill YouTubers, who would you choose, and what would you do to them? Kiss, marry, and kill. How does that work? I don't know about that. I don't really know a lot of YouTubers. My favorite one right now, okay, Bub's Beauty or Bub's Vlogs. I really like Shane Dawson. Those are the only like popular ones that people kind of know about. What is a question you want to answer but nobody asks? What is a question I want to answer that nobody asks? I've never thought of that. What would I like to be asked? I don't know. Which cartoons do you still watch? I don't watch cartoons. I guess like if we were talking like animated stuff, sometimes I'll watch American Dad with Sam. Sometimes I'll watch Cleveland Brown with him, but not too often. What show do you watch that isn't targeted for your age group? Oh my gosh, okay. This one I gave up on, but the last one was Riverdale. It just got ridiculous, and I was like, no. What show do you watch? What show do you wish could come back from your childhood? Oh, okay. You guys remember watching Nickelodeon when you're younger? Old School Doug, the Rugrats, Hey Dude, Salute Your Shorts, like the really good Nickelodeon shows. Not like what's out there now, no. Are You Afraid of the Dark? My cousin on Saturday, she would come over to our house and stay the night, and we would watch Snick. You guys remember that? That was like forever ago. Okay, let's keep going. What song do you not know the lyrics of, but you like to sing anyways? I don't know. There's a lot. If you could have one talent, what would it be? To figure out a way to raise money. Would you rather the world remain peaceful forever, or no one on earth ever goes hungry? You know what? I'm going to say no one on earth ever goes hungry, because people get hangry, and sometimes that could be what causes disagreements between countries. I don't know. But I feel like if people could not be hungry, it probably would help a lot. What is a weird food combination that you do? Sam, whenever he sees me eating this combination, he's like, that's so weird. He'll say that to me. Refried beans, dipping fries in it, and eating it. Mexican food restaurants, I always order a bean and cheese burrito, No sauce, no chili, and a side of french fries. Even to this day, that's my order. Let's see. Would you rather eat or drink your calories? Eat. 5 things that make your average day better. A good meal. And even better, enjoying that good meal with my husband. Would you rather someone go through your phone, text messages and all, or go through your internet history? I mean, I don't look up stuff that I'm not supposed to be looking up on either my phone or my computer, so I don't think it really matters. Sam knows my password to my phone, so, and he knows how to get onto my computer, so if he wanted to look, he can look. What are 3 things you would do if you were stranded in a rainforest to ensure your survival? Find shelter. 1. Start a fire. Somehow. If it's in the rainforest, I don't know if that's gonna be easy though. And find food. If only you and one other person were the last human beings alive, who would you want the other person to be? My husband, of course, because we get along so well. If you had to choose never to use Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube again, which would you let go? Probably Twitter, because I don't get a lot of responses on Twitter. I tweet, but it just kind of goes unnoticed, I feel like. If you had to choose, how would you want to get famous? I guess maybe through YouTube or just like some rescue efforts. But I mean, being famous isn't big on my agenda right now. What language do you speak? I speak English. I can speak a little bit of Spanish, and I am not fluent in Navajo, but I feel like I can get by if I needed to. As far as the Spanish part, I got up to the 300 level because that was part of my requirement for my major, but I feel like I didn't retain a lot of it. What language do you wish you could speak? I wish I was fluent in Navajo. What country do you wish you were from? Honestly, I'm pretty okay with being from the USA, because if you think about the things that we have here, I mean, granted, yeah, I do believe that we're really spoiled and other countries are like, ugh, Americans, but the fact that we have freedom, depending on who you ask, you know, it's gonna be different, but you know, I feel like I'm lucky to be a citizen of the US. What is your favorite moment in history? Like personally, I don't have one. Just like history in general, I don't know. I thought it was so cool when the Summer Olympics, the Atlantic, it was like 1995 or something, 99, I don't remember. When the gymnastic girls, when they won the gold, that one, I was like, whoa, like I remember that. I was watching that. If you could choose, which time would you go back to? Probably like the 50s, because I feel like things were just like so much easier back then. I don't know. No, the 80s. Yeah, because I'm an 80s child and I feel like I had a lot of fun. If you had a time machine, would you rather go back in time or into the future? Probably back in time, because then I could see like my auntie, she passed away, my grandpa, my in-laws, or my husband when we were in high school. We didn't date in high school, but we went to the same high school. I don't know, I guess maybe make better decisions. Pet koala or pet panda? I don't know. Probably a panda. I feel like they're more cuter, but I don't know. The power to communicate with animals or the power to communicate with plants? Animals, definitely. What is your usual bedtime? Homie, please. My bedtime, lately it's been after midnight, probably between 1 and 2. What do you remember to be the worst day you've ever had? Worst day I've ever had? Probably the day my father-in-law passed away, because it was really unexpected. Not that I'm saying that my mother-in-law wasn't a bad day, but when my father-in-law passed away, I feel like it was traumatic. What is an irrational fear you had as a child? I was always afraid of war. I was probably like 7 or 8, and I was always afraid of like a war happening. And I would think to myself, if there was a war and like these strange soldiers came busting into our house, where would I hide? And of course, being smaller than I was like, okay, I'm gonna hide between the couch cushions because I could fit under the couch cushions, and it was scary. And another, this one's silly though. I was deathly afraid of ink from pens getting on me because I thought it would seep into my, my bloodstream and go to my heart and stop my heart like poison. So even if I had like a little mark on me, I would go and scrub until my skin was like raw. I don't know why I was afraid of that. Anyway, have you ever conquered a fear of yours? No, I'm good just being okay, like, staying on the ground. I'm afraid of heights. So I'm not gonna go bungee jumping or skydiving or anything like that. And I feel like it's a good fear to be okay with, like just live with. What is something silly you believed as a child? You mean besides the crazy pen marks? I used to be afraid of yawning at night because I used to think that Freddy Krueger would sprinkle poison in my mouth and I would die. What did you want to be when you were a kid? Okay, when I was little, I was driving with my dad. He asked me, I don't know how old I was. He asked me, he goes, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, either a cook or a lawyer. And he started laughing. He goes, why? And I said, because I like to cook and I like to argue. And he just cracked up. Every once in a while he'll tell that story. I don't know if he remembers it, but he used to tell that story. So that's what I wanted to be. Did I end up being any of those? No. I feel like I could have gone to law school, but I'm like, no. If a kid version of you were to meet you now, how would they react? I think they'd be so bored with me because I don't do anything fun or exciting. I don't think, like when I babysit my niece, I don't think she's particularly excited to hang out with me. I don't know though. What is your favorite fictional world? I don't know what that means. Which teacher left the most impact on your life? Mrs. Becker. I loved Mrs. Becker. She was my favorite teacher. What is the most significant event of your life? Probably getting married. Finding out stuff that I can't unlearn. Seeing my little niece get born. But I am glad that I got to see my niece be born. It was like I cried. I didn't think I would cry, but I did. What would you say you have more of an English brain or a math brain? English. Will you want to be remembered after you die? I mean, yeah. What is the last movie you watched? Last movie I watched, I don't remember. What was the last movie that made you cry? What was it? It's coming to me. Oh, the guy with the red suit. Deadpool, the end of the second movie. Have you ever been so happy that you cried? Yes, when my niece was born, when I got married. Have you won anything? If so, what? Gift cards. If you had to get married to the last friend you texted, how would it go? The last friend I texted was Brittany. I think I would be eating more healthier. Would you rather go on a blind date? Would you ever go on a blind date? No. Do you mind getting famous even if it's from bad publicity? I don't want to get famous for bad publicity. Anyway, that was 50 questions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different. And I hope you guys learned a little bit about me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.